Well, I actually dated a girl for 3 months.
Oh,
And yeah, so we actually had connection, like really on a heart level kind of connection, right? But
yeah.
physically, intimately, there was a blockage. I couldn't go like further.
She was like a
Yeah.
really good best friend kind of person that
Yeah.
you weren't sure what was going on, but you had feelings there, and you're a young guy who's trying to figure that out, right?
Spot on. Spot on, spot on, spot on. And later on, I actually told her, like, I actually thought that honesty was the best policy. I actually told her that, you know what, I think I might be gay. So I actually had an honest conversation. Whoa, it didn't turn well.
It didn't go well.
Immediately, it didn't go well. It didn't go well. It's like she was shocked. And but basically because I was hiding it so well, so it was definitely a shock to her. Later on we kind of like didn't stay in contact. And only recently, actually last year, we kind of reconnected because um becoming Rawsome, I just want to go back into my past, my timeline, and um get close all open loops as much as possible. So
Welcome to the Queer Quest podcast, your beacon of light and sprinkle of glitter in the queer community. I'm your host, Cristiano Green, CEO and founder of Queer Quest and a transformation coach for queer individuals. And together, we're embarking on a journey of transformation. Each week, we bring you a new training topic or connect you with visionary queer leaders in healing and coaching, diving deep into conversations that inspire growth, celebrate diversity, and empower you to live authentically. So wherever you are, settle in and let's get ready to unlock the vibrant potential within. This is where your quest begins. Hello, you fabulous souls, and welcome to the Queer Quest podcast. This episode of the Queer Quest podcast is Queer with me, your host, Cristiano Green, the CEO and founder of Queer Quest. And we have a very special guest on the podcast today. We've got Kenny Lee, who is a relationship coach for queer Asians, and he's on a mission to make everyone become super rawsome. Hello, Kenny. Thanks for coming on.
thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Cristiano. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here as your guest. I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm excited to hear from you, and of course I'm sure there's people out there going, "What is this rawsome stuff?" Do you want to start by literally telling us what is becoming rawsome?
I love it. I love it. I love it. So a little bit of backstory. The word Rawsome is not coined by me. So I'm a huge Tony Robbins fan. So when I actually did Tony
Yeah.
Robbins, UPW, I did Date with Destiny, right? At Date with Destiny, I was actually grouped into team number 27, and it was Team Rawsome.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, Team Rawsome. And at the point in time, I was like, oh my God, what's this Rawsome thing? I thought it was like a misspelling of awesome. And basically, Date with Destiny is really a deep dive into that relationship with yourself,
Yes,
values, your
I've done that as
beliefs,
well.
and
Yeah.
yeah, you did it. Yeah, oh my God, oh my God. Amazing, amazing. Then later on, right, this Rawsome kind of stuck with me. Like I was like, oh my God, Rawsome really changed my life to be able to be. So Rawsome is actually, and when I started my movement, right, Become Rawsome, I actually went back to the trainer and actually asked him, is it okay? Is it okay if I actually use this word,
Use the
right? I
word.
have your permission. And he said, yeah, 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 it's okay, but give it your meaning. Put your own
Exactly.
story. Yeah,
Yeah.
your story. So for me, Rawsome is basically two words, raw, which is radical honesty and ownership. And step because of that, right, we will step into our awesome, authentic self, your true self. Yeah, but yeah, it is only possible if we are honest with ourselves because I believe the truth will set us free.
I love that. I love that. And so, as I mentioned, you're a relationship coach for queer Asians, and I
Yes.
know that you're in a beautiful relationship right now, and I know that obviously, you've been in that for quite a long time. I think was it 7, 8 years now you've been together.
Yes, yes, coming to 8 years this year, July, we are celebrating our 8 years. Ah!
Beautiful, beautiful. But I'd love to for us to take it back a bit there because I know that you've had a bit of a journey of growth, of transformation, of struggle. Um, let's talk a little bit about your journey growing up as a young queer person. Of course, this is what's helped you to get into helping queer Asians. So let's talk about the little Kenny Lee. What was
Yes.
life growing up for little Kenny Queer Lee?
Growing up, wow, now going back, right? Growing up, I'm very sensitive and emotional since growing up. Yeah, very sensitive and emotional. Um,
Like a lot of young queer people, yeah.
very queer people, right? And I wanted the love from my parents, especially mom, and secretly also dad. My dad wasn't really around for us since young, and mom basically became the dad figure as well, financially and personally as well as a role model. So growing up, I was like I I was almost like trying to be the dad figure in our family because I have two younger sisters. And yeah, basically that. At the same time, dealing with hormones and dealing with growing up, the identity, getting to know myself as well. So it was really like a roller coaster ride. Yeah. And I only kind of suspected or kind of explored my own sexuality when I was like 17 or 18. So I actually dated a girl for 3 months.
Oh,
And yeah, so we actually had connection, like really on a heart level kind of connection, right? But
yeah.
physically intimately, there was a blockage. I couldn't go like further.
She was like a
Yeah.
really good best friend kind of person that
Yeah.
you weren't sure what was going on, but you had feelings there, and you're a young guy who's trying to figure that out, right?
Spot on. Spot on, spot on, spot on. And later on, I actually told her, like, I actually thought that honesty was the best policy. I actually told her that, you know what, I think I might be gay. So I actually had an honest conversation. Whoa, it didn't turn well.
Didn't go well.
Immediately, it didn't go well. It didn't go well. It's like she was shocked. And but basically because I was hiding it so well, so it was definitely a shock to her. Later on we kind of like didn't stay in contact. And only recently, actually last year, we kind of reconnected because um becoming Rawsome, I just want to go back into my past, my timeline, and um get close all open loops as much as possible. So I kind of did that with her. But then, right, there were a lot of confusions, like exploration, getting to know myself. Yeah. So dated a girl, and later on, it was only in 2015,
2015.
I came out to my mom. Yeah. So I've
Wow.
been struggling. So okay, let me give you a little Asian context,
Even, yeah, I
right?
was going to say, so let us give us a background for anyone out there who's not Asian or understanding of Asian culture, and especially when it comes to the queer community and what they expect of you. Give us that.
Yeah. So in the Asian culture, okay, it doesn't matter whether you're queer or not, right? But in a queer Asian culture, it's even more extreme, right? We don't talk about our feelings.
No.
We don't talk about feelings. And if you look at the language, right, a lot of times in Chinese, in Cantonese, or in dialects, right, there is no such a word as how are you? Never. You will meet somebody, and the first thing you will ask the person is, have you eaten?
Have you eaten?
Have you had your lunch? Have you? So that was the first. People don't talk like in Western culture. Oh, how are you? Are you doing fabulous? Are you doing? No. So that's like deep rooted in our culture. And I knew deep inside, right? I was gay. I had my chosen family first before coming out to my mom. And I struggled. I struggled for like a good 5 to 7 years. And I'll
Five
be
to
like, go
seven years.
5 to 7 years. I'll go on trips, right? Holiday. So I always had this thing, right? I'll go on trips like, mom is the best mood. I will use this trip, this holiday to tell her the
This is
truth,
the
right?
moment I'm going to do it, and there's going to be a perfect moment when we're in on the beach somewhere, sipping a cocktail, and I can say, "Mom, guess what?
Surprise.
That perfect moment never came, did it?"
Never, never, never. Yeah. And I could remember, right? One of the scene we were in I think in a holiday, on holiday in Bangkok, like we were in the same room. I had the truth at the brim of my mouth, right? Just saying that it just couldn't come out. I just didn't have the courage.
I get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah, yeah. Then 2015 was oh, so what happened from then to 2015 was I went into emotional eating, and when food wasn't giving me the comfort, right? I turned into drugs, and I chose meth for my
You
God,
were,
the
yeah,
worst.
you ate a lot, you put on some weight, and you weren't taking care of yourself, and you were using meth as a way to kind of deal with your or numb yourself from the emotions that were coming on, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And that happened for about a year. And it's like quicksand because time passed so fast, right? I know that it's bad for me. I know because the recovery every single high, oh my God, it's like being like a train wreck, right? Oh my God, the picking myself up was so difficult, but very easily I'll go back to it again. Yeah, and it was because one day, right, I was hallucinating. I was literally hearing voices. Like the police is actually outside my door right now, banging in, right? Like, going to
Oh, so you
like,
were you would be up for days and you'd get the hallucinations and thinking that someone was after you or the police were there and you're going to go to jail or whatever, right?
and that was my wake up call. Like I'm not because I'm going crazy right now. So after when I decided that no, 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 right, I'm not going to regret this. The thing that really helped me um solidify that coming clean from drugs was really coming out to my mom. Yeah, so it happened about 2015. I was working in Hong Kong then. So she came over for New Year's Day countdown,
Oh
31st of
wow.
December 2020, 2020, 2015, and we're counting down to 2016. At the dinner, right, I was saying, now or never. Just say, just like,
I'm not going to start a whole new year
oh,
without with this crap anymore. It's time for me to really step into my power, right?
yes. And I just say, Mom, I'm gay, right? Silent. She continued to eat her pasta, right? So I was like, do you hear me? So I repeated again. And her response was, yeah, I know. Like, I know. I
But
know.
she knew.
She knew. She knew. She knew. And
Did she
okay, so
say how long she'd known for? Like, it was just I know kind of thing.
I know, I know. And okay, I was preparing like tissues, like it's gonna be dramatic. I'm gonna cry, we're gonna hug it out, we're gonna say I love you, everything will be okay. Disneyland kind of I know Disney kind of ending, right? Disney movie kind of ending. No, there was nothing like that.
No.
But I felt freer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt freer. Like that was the first day of feeling that sense of freedom, that taste of freedom. And from there, right, it was day one of our relationship again.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
started over yet again, but in a better way, right? You get to have a relationship with who you were always destined to be instead of this person you were trying to be to please her and your family, right? Which is again something that as we're talking about Asian culture is one of the things that happens so much is that the child is there and feels a big desire to please their parents because there's a desire of you to do well in your career and do financially well so you can take care of the family, and that's what they kind of value the most. And so when it comes to having a relationship or really owning who you are, that's not always the most thing that you see as celebrated, right?
Exactly. Spot on. Spot on. I was a major parent pleaser. And also, in a way, that translated into people pleasing as well. So, in my job, when I was still working for corporate, major people pleaser,
And a
bang over
perfectionist
backward.
people pleaser, right?
Ooh,
Because,
yes.
yeah, again, you were taught growing up, if I am perfect, I'm going to please my mother or I'm going to please my family. And that means that I will XYZ, right? And then, of course, you go into that as a queer person going into the workplace, you go into your best because if you please them, they're not going to either suspect or think or anything about you and your identity or sexuality, right? And you can go about yourself, kind of under the radar in a sense.
Spot on, spot on, spot on. But one thing I was really good at as well, on top of the pleaser and the perfectionist, right? I was the best pretender, the best, the best. Sometimes I even trick myself into thinking that that's the truth. Yeah, because I would
Oh
have so many
yeah.
layers of mask on, right? That I don't even know who am I anymore. Yeah. And that coming out to my mom was the first day I kind of revealed that first layer of mask.
And that's
And
when you
every
stopped with the drugs and everything after that, or
Yep.
did that continue on a little bit longer?
Okay, so after that last hallucination, right? Before coming out to mom, I was clean for 6 months. And after 6 months, I went back to it once, just one time. Like, there was this moment of like, trigger. There is this moment of losing control. So I went to it once.
Yeah,
That
you,
was
you
the
just
was
you
the yeah.
self-sabotage yourself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, exactly. So that was the last time. In a way, because of that 6 months later kind of one-off experience, right? It gave me even more motivation to come out to my mom. Yeah, so I thank God that happened. So in a way that I turned that into like energy, strength, and motivation. Yeah. Then
beautiful.
yeah, ever since then, no, like no more. Yeah.
Nice. So then where did it come from that to then obviously finding someone and meeting your partner? Because that sounds like if I'm looking at the 8-year timeline, that's happening very in the next 6 months or so, right?
Yes, yes, correct, correct, correct. So interestingly, this is an interesting story. I actually asked permission from Kim yesterday. Can I share this, right? They said, oh yeah, I'll share this, but don't reveal my face. So Kim and me, oh my God, this is going to be awesome. We were actually sex buddies.
Hello, I think in this queer
Hello.
community, listening out there, how many people meet their partner through a hookup or being sex buddies? I mean, my partner as well. I met him on Grindr the first time we met. It was just a hookup, and literally, then I knew that there was something more. Almost, not even that first time. It was probably the second time, and then it grew from there. But yeah, like this is 2024. This was 20, the 2010s back then, but still similar time. But that's how queer people meet a lot of themselves, like meet people is online or through hookups, right? So yeah, no
Yeah.
need to be ashamed of that or feel a bit embarrassed because I think out there, many people listening have probably gotten into or what have met a person they've hooked up with that they would like to have been in a relationship with, whether it worked out or not. It's a common thing to happen for gay men at least, right?
Oh, yes, 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 yes. I do see the pattern as well. But the interesting story was because I was so not invested in anybody, right? I was just playing around. I didn't even know his name. And we were hooking up. Okay, but it was a really good hook up. That's why we are together
Well, of
still.
course, if it's still
To
going for 8 years later.
yes, yes, yes. Oh my God. In that department, I'm so happy. But but then I didn't even know his name. I didn't so I saved his name as I think his Grindr profile or something, right? It was just a quick dial, like, I want you over and everything. And after coming out to my mom, I don't know why something shifted inside. I told myself I want to settle down. I want to find somebody that I want to build a relationship with. But because I was
Because your
such
identity shifted when you came
yes.
out to your mother. It came out, your identity shifted. So that meant that all of this stuff that was a secret is now coming to the light and it's coming to see your true, authentic self. So you're no longer doing the same things with that, distance. You're kind of almost closer to it because you feel identified with that as well.
So true, so true. Spot on, spot on. It's really that shifting of identity and stepping into the new identity as well. I
Mm.
agree. I agree. But because I was such a jerk and shit, right? Because I didn't I didn't invest in any relationship. I had two people. So I was looking through my WhatsApp or like phone book, right? I only had two people that option A, I really, really like physically everything. Oh my God, like he's my number one choice. And Kim, my partner now, option B. I went out on a date with option A. I was pretending, not myself. I
Trying
wanted
to be
to,
someone else because
yes.
you wanted to please him and hope that he would like you and all of that, right?
Exactly. And can I say it was the worst date ever? It was so awkward. Then I was thinking in my mind, right? Oh my God, why in the bedroom is so good, right? But why when they're out in the normal world, awkward, nothing to talk about, no topics. And I remember we had Japanese. I ate it so fast, right? After that, I had indigestion. Like, and I was so disappointed. I was like, oh my God. But then again, now looking back, I wasn't being myself. A week later, option B, which is Kim, went without expectations. I was entirely myself. I went on in flip-flops. I didn't even dress up. I think I did a little bit of my hair and everything, right? We went to a nearby, it wasn't even a special place. It was just a nearby Thai place in Hong Kong near where I stayed. Blew my mind. Like we had the most candid conversation, free flowing. non-scripted. I was laughing out loud like how I'm laughing out with you right now.
Yeah.
Just being myself. And that was day one of our awesome love. Since then,
Of your
love,
awesome
love,
relationship.
relationship. Yes, 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 yes.
I love
So
that. And so then and there, it just turned into something more, or like, did you know then, like, if you were to look back on that now, do you think that you knew then that this was your person, or you were just more committed to getting to know this person? Like, how do you feel like? And be honest with that, right? Because the listeners out there don't want the bullshit fairy tale story. They want the true tea, right?
of course, of course, of course. No, it wasn't like he's the one. No. But
It's
I
not really
was
ever really like that.
no,
It's always a
no.
grower. If it's a real thing, it's a grower, never just a love at first sight thing, right?
It wasn't, it wasn't. And even today, we are still growing in our relationship.
Oh, 100%
Yeah,
you would,
yeah,
yeah.
we're still growing our relationship. So I was committed to get to know him to at least date and not just purely sex, right? So we dated and it was like about a few months into the relationship, I want to officialize it. So I kind of proposed like, you know what, I want to be exclusively
You
only dating
proposed
you.
to him already?
Yeah,
Oh,
I proposed to him. I proposed to him. I did like a post-it heart shape kind of thing. I'm quite romantic. Like I want it to be like, like big and like, I want him to like know this. I want to make it official. So and that was just a proposal just to be boyfriends, like just to be together. Yeah, he said yes. Then yeah, we started to get to, and I was committed. I wasn't like playing around then. Yeah, so yeah, kind of, and it is still a journey. Like, okay, so the coming out thing, right? I thought coming out to my mom is like one time and done. No,
no, yeah. No, coming out in life is a continuous ongoing basis that you're still doing to this day, right? Because as we all know, we meet many people in life through different parts. And yeah, we often feel like, again, we have to come out to people, or they get curious and they want to ask you about these things, whatever it is. But yes, it's coming out is never a one-time thing. It's a thing that we have to deal with for the rest of our life.
agree, agree, agree. So every single day, coming out to my mom, coming out to Kim, coming out to myself, coming out to my community, coming to my clients, my friends, still coming out every single day. Yeah, still meeting the Rawsome me that I haven't met.
And also, by the way, we don't always just come out as queer. We come out as, as you step into a new identity as a coach and change your career. People come out in different ways. But of course, for queer people, the coming out area is probably the most significant because it's been tied to so much internalized stuff throughout our life, right?
Spot on, spot on, spot on. Yeah. So with Kim, it's been a journey. Um, every day when I wake up, right, I just sent Kim a good morning message this morning. I choose to be with you. Like you have a choice as well. And this morning, I choose to be with you. We are very different. We are not the same. I'm the yang, he's the yin. I'm the high energy. He's very grounded. He's very stable. I talk a lot. Like, blah, blah, blah. He would say one thing and it's like on point, laser focused sniper. And I've never had a feeling whereby I want to ask somebody else an opinion. Like I'm quite strong myself. Sometimes I'll ask for advice, but very rarely. Only people that I really trust.
Yeah.
Kim is somebody that I always want to listen to because he's very different. Like so different. He see the same thing in a different angle.
Different
And
perspectives. Yeah. That difference
yeah,
is the thing that challenges you and makes you think differently and grow differently, like as a person and as a relationship in all different areas. So that's why it's important to find someone who's, like I said, not just a carbon copy, but someone who can, like I said, make you think and see something differently because they see it differently and vice versa.
so true. So true, spot on, spot on. I jokingly would tell Kim, right? I don't think I want to be with myself. I don't think I want to be with myself. I want to be with you, but I don't think I want to be with myself. No, 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 just jokes aside. Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity because, very rarely I would like look back and have a recollection, have a like appreciation, right? So Cristiano, by you asking me this question, you're giving me the experience to appreciate my relationship with Kim, with mom. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll say the thank you for coming on here and sharing it, because again, you're not just sharing it with yourself, you're sharing it with other people out there who probably need to hear it as well. So I'm glad that I could ask the right question that could have you ponder and share and reflect. So that's all I can be grateful for.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we'll leave
you.
it there for a second. Actually, we do need to have a quick break, but we're going to be
Yep.
back here in just a moment, and we're going to get into talking a bit more about how you help now many queer Asians, especially in the relationship department. So we'll be right back. In a world where every journey is unique, one path shines brightly for the queer community. Introducing QueerQuest, the first of its kind personal development platform designed exclusively for us, by us. At QueerQuest, we understand the multifaceted journey of queer identity. That's why we've created a space where you can explore, learn, and grow with the guidance of queer experts from around the globe. Whether you're seeking to enhance your physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual well-being, QueerQuest is your gateway to transformation. Imagine embarking on quests tailored to your journey of self-discovery, finding community, and unlocking your queer excellence. QueerQuest offers online courses, coaching programs, and soon workshops, seminars, retreats, and festivals, all designed to empower you to live your best life. Ready to start your adventure? Join us at www.queerquest.vip to become part of a movement towards personal and collective greatness. Sign up today to join the waitlist and be the first to know when we launch. QueerQuest, where your journey of self-discovery and transformation begins. Don't just dream of a life filled with pride and purpose, make it your reality with QueerQuest. Visit www.queerquest.vip now. Your quest awaits. All right, we're back with Kenny Lee, and we've been talking about how he's been so loved up and he's got so much appreciation for where he's at with his relationship. So any final things that you want to talk about from, that big shift and that big change, and then of course, being in a beautiful relationship that you've had for the last 8 years? I know there's probably 100,000 things you could say, but like, what would be one thing that you would like to leave, a message for, to share?
It's really to celebrate and appreciate him every single day, and to celebrate myself in this relationship every single day as well. Because when I first started with Kim, right, secretly I was still expecting. I was still
It's about what
expecting
you
that.
could get from the
Yeah.
relationship more than what you were giving, right?
Yes. And I expect without asking, and then make it worse. And you'll be like, what? And there's funny incidents, right? I'll be like waking up from a dream and I'll blame him, right? Like, why do you react in this way in a dream? He'll be like, what the fuck? It's a dream, crazy. Are you crazy? Yeah. So now every single day, right, I really trade my expectations for appreciation. Yeah, whenever I got a chance. Um and I do that without expecting Kim to do it. Initially, when I started, I still expected, okay, maybe I do it, maybe I can influence him and everything, right? No. Clearly, no. I felt so disappointed, right? Then after I'm like, no. I'm doing this really for myself. Sincerely and specifically, I'm going to appreciate you and celebrate you, like in our relationship for who I see you to be. Whoa, he's not into personal development, right, Kim? But now, okay, before this call, he kind of messaged me saying that, oh, all the best, babes, for your podcast with Cristiano. And you know
Um,
what? Kim said?
I say.
Babes, the only thing you need to do is to show up and play throughout. He never used this kind of words. He's not in Tony Robbins' personal development and everything, right? When he said that, right, I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
He's obviously learning the language that really means a lot to you, right?
Yes. Yes. And
And
that's
that's what
so
shows
awesome.
after 8 years of a good relationship, is when someone necessarily isn't their language, they're using your language just because that's how connected you are, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm so grateful, so appreciative, and yeah, I'm so looking forward to grow even more with
Of
Kim.
course,
And
yeah.
yeah.
Like I said, 8 is only just the beginning, right? In this lifetime, many, many, many decades to go with that, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. I'd love to move on and now and talk a little bit more about what you do now, because of course you help queer Asians, and you've been coaching for a few years. Now I know that you didn't necessarily start as a coach for queer Asians in relationships, and you've done a lot of work on yourself over the years. And I remember, we've been connected for a few years back and forth, and you followed me before you were even coaching as well, right? So maybe tell the people out there, what got you into coaching and where it started and how it evolved into where it is today?
Yeah. So it all started coaching about 3 years. So I started coaching others about 3 years, but I started getting coached, I think about 5 to 6 years. So
Okay,
it
so you've been
really,
getting coaching for
yeah,
quite some time.
yeah, 5 to 6 years, and still getting coached today. I still have my coaches coaching me as well.
Of course.
Um,
We all need them, yeah.
we all need them, exactly. Um, I decided that I want to maybe resign from my job or leave my job, right? Go into coaching, possibly, right? Only when I started um Date with Destiny with Tony Robbins.
And
So
what
it
were you
was
doing
this
before that? So what was the role you were doing before you kind of moved into now deciding that that wasn't what you wanted to do anymore?
what was the role that you mean when I was still working in a full-time
Yeah,
job?
in corporate world, what were you doing? What was
Yeah.
your kind of like area?
Yeah, I was doing retail development. So what I was doing was I was helping different brands build their physical stores, their physical kind of landscape, the bricks and mortar kind of experience for their brand. So we will go out store expansion, we will look for sites, build stores, and basically run the whole retail experience for different various brands.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
And so then
Yes.
you went to Date with Destiny in what year was that?
Date with Destiny was 2019, 2020. I cannot remember exactly the
I
date.
would
Yeah.
say if it was it live or online?
Okay, so Date with Destiny was virtual because it happened during COVID.
So
It
you would have
happened.
probably gone to the same one that I went to, 2020. I was at the virtual 2021 as well. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. Yes, 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 yes. It was virtual. I did it alone. I did it alone.
Oh,
Yeah, and it
same here. I was
was
in my living room up at 2 in the morning every night. Yeah, the whole shebang and bang.
I love it. So awesome. And since we're talking about Rawsome, right? The word Rawsome was actually from the team I was in. I was team 20, 26, 27.
Oh
And
yes, Team Rawson
yeah,
was one of the
Team
teams
Rawsome.
of
Yeah,
of Date with Destiny.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
full
yeah.
circle moment. So you joined Date with Destiny, and then it led you to really evaluate what you were doing, and that led for you to jump into coaching.
Yes. And I didn't immediately do that. I actually took years to prepare. Yeah, so I took years to prepare. I got myself coach, certified in some tools, went into Tony Robbins full on, get myself results coach as well. So I was preparing. And while I was preparing, I was very lucky because I was still employed, right? I was still in my job. What I did was I used what I've learned, like NLP techniques, coaching skills, asking questions at work and
At
supporting
work.
my bosses. Yeah, so the job I was in, right, the last one, the management was changing, so I had a new boss every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
So in 4 years, I had 12 bosses.
4 years, 12 bosses. Wow, that's a shitload.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually how the balloons came out. And so if it's not because of coaching, right, I would have blamed be so negative and everything, right? But thank God for coaching because what the meaning that I gave to it was how amazing I get to use and practice coaching on 12 different people. Like, are you kidding me? And I get that pro bono. So I was really, really just, like supporting them, adding value. Because in leadership position, they're very lonely. Yeah, people look at them for answers, for directions, right? But sometimes emotionally, they might need somebody to support them as well. So I was there for them. And 2 years later, when I financially got prepared, skills wise got prepared, emotionally, identity wise got prepared as well. When I resigned, four of my bosses messaged me on the day where I received my resignation letter. Kenny, how can we help you? How can we support
Amazing.
you? Yeah. So it's like, "Oh, you want to help me?" I said, yeah, we'll help you because otherwise, I want to continue this like weekly chit chat. They say the word that they say was chit chat. It wasn't coaching. So I was like, okay, let's continue, right? So very quickly within the first year, I kind of grew my business. And it was without social media presence, like zero social media, just purely word of mouth and referrals. Yeah. So
Beautiful.
that's
That
how I
is like the dream of what any person would like to be able to do is to not have to jump on social media to find people who need their help, who then will say, "Hey, can I work with you? Can I come and pay you money to coach me?" Oh, lucky Kenny, eh?
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But actually, right, I left my job thinking that I would do something for the queer Asian community. So that
I
was
see.
another reason why I wanted
That was one of the main
I
reasons you wanted to leave, right?
yeah, main reason. But I didn't focus on it because I was so comfortable. So I went away from a comfort zone and very quickly into another comfort zone as well.
Because
Yeah.
it all came so easily, right? Yeah.
So easily, so easily. And it was, I think, about a year ago, or a year and a half ago, right? I wanted to do more. And my mom actually challenged me. So we were in one of the mastermind trips, right? We went to Mexico. Mom was like, oh, my mom is really brutal. So Asian moms are like in your face, right?
Yeah.
No lovey-dovey kind of thing. She was
She
like,
wants you to be the best that you can be. If you're going to do this, go full and fucking do it, you know?
exactly. So it's like, oh, I thought you want to do something for the gay community. What have you done? Oh, are you procrastinating now or are you hiding? I was like, Mom, what? Like, and because of that conversation, right, I was like, okay, I need to up my social media game. I need to put myself out there, right? And can I say, I didn't have social media. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. The only thing I had was LinkedIn because I was like in the corporate world, right?
Of course.
When I came into social media world, my God, I felt,
Insecure.
oh my God, insecure is an understatement. I feel imposter, everything all jumbled up in one. Right? I feel like shit. And Cristiano, I need to share this. The
Yeah.
first week, the first week, when I set up my Facebook profile, when I was doing my research, right? Who are the other like coaches within the LGBTQ world? Your profile came up. So
My profile came up.
your
So
profile
that's
came
how we
up.
got connected. You searched, you were looking for, oh, I had no idea. I was wondering back. I said, well, I wonder how long I've known this kid for.
Yes, yes. Your profile came out, so I was studying your profile, and at that point in time, you had great success. You were talking about 200K that you have made, and I was looking through clients' testimonials as well, the results that they have from working with you and everything, right? And on the surface, you would think I would celebrate you, and I'll be like, oh my God, you're my role model, right? On the surface, yes, I'm like, okay, I'm not alone, but secretly inside, I was so jealous. I was so envious. I secretly want you to
Wow.
fail.
So you were comparing yourself to me in a sense and seeing success, thinking, oh, well, how can he do this? And then wanting me to fail so that you could come in and swoop and take all the clients, eh? Oh, I see how it goes, Kenny.
No, I didn't have that take over your clients, but I never think I wasn't so
It's okay. Okay.
sophisticated. But I just wanted you to fail. But I wanted you to fail because I just want to make myself feel good.
I get
Yeah,
it. I
yeah,
get
because
it.
I was feeling like shit. And because everything came so easily, right, fall into my lap, right? I was like, okay, this social media thing is going to be easy as well. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. I'm
Yeah,
still
it's
learning
very
every.
confronting. It pushes you to have to really look at yourself in the mirror. And it, of course, shows you all of your insecurities every time you're going on there. And what people don't see behind the scenes is that's what people should see because it does take a lot to put yourself out there and to do something, especially in if it's something that you really know deep down is your calling and your heart thing. You don't want to be putting yourself out there because you put yourself out there for a lot of judgment. I mean, the amount of things that people have said to me in public and online is crazy. All because again, it brings up a mirror. When you are writing something that hits someone and hits them a nerve, it can become a mirror to them, and they then use you because they feel the emotion and they can take that emotion out on you. So I often not realize that, go, hey, look, I know that whatever anyone says to me has nothing to do with me, right? Unless I know deep down I did something to that person, which I have no idea who these people are. Sometimes, it can really do that. And I know early on I did take a lot of it personally as well. Which so as you're reflecting on your journey, you're making me reflect on mine as well. So continue on.
So awesome. So awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. And basically what I did was I went to a self-pity party
Pity
and
party.
yeah, self-pity
There was only
party
one
and
person at the table, right?
yes, yes.
No one else got the invite.
No one got an invite. I was so selfish, right? I didn't even invite anybody.
Sure, Kenny, come on, be a bit more social with your pity parties, okay?
Oh my God, I love this. I love this. I love this. And yeah, I just um didn't do anything. I kind of froze. Yeah, froze. And about a year later, it was very divine. I got a business coach, and I think it's the same business coach as you as well. Then went into his world.
Yes, that's right.
Um,
That's when you first properly reached out to me, is when you
yeah,
joined it. And it was yeah, I had this coach a couple of years back.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. And at the point in time, I was very invested in different like self-development courses. I was almost like a junkie in terms of like
You were doing all
self-development.
the things, but then
Yeah,
not necessarily implementing it, right? It was gain all the knowledge because I need to have X, Y, Z, all of these different things that I can have before I go out and do the work. Because if not, everyone's going to think that I'm an imposter, you know?
exactly, exactly. Spot on, spot on, spot on. But when I went into this coaching program, which I'm still on right now, I decided that I'm going to put blinders on, and this is going to be the way. This is going to be the way. Yeah, so like any diets, right? The diet will work, the exercise regime will work if you believe it and you do it every single day religiously. And this is what I did. And I'm so glad because of this commitment to myself, I pre-decide. We have been having some good results so far, starting, and we're going to continue this momentum. It's going to be a work in progress.
Of course.
Uh, yeah, yeah,
So talk to us. We're talking about what you do now is help queer Asians
yes,
to with relationships. So
yes.
talk to us. What are the kinds of people that come to you outside of them being Asian, of course? Whereabouts are they in the world? Like, what is it that they usually come to you for specifically?
Yep, yep, yep. The patterns that I see, right, because I'm doing this challenge model whereby we actually help them over a period of 5 days. So the patterns that we are starting to see, it's all of them, about 90% of them have struggles and challenges with their parents. So I was like, ah!
Asians having troubles with their parents?
How surprised. And you know what? Specifically, is this okay? This is giving me goosebumps right now, right? Specifically moms. So I was like, oh my God, isn't like a reflection of me? You're talking about mirrors,
Well,
right?
your clients often become the thing that you've resolved and solved already. So they need to see it in you so that they can also receive that for themselves, you know? And yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so true, so true, so true. And another thing that we are a pattern that we are seeing more and more, right? It's um wanting to say the truth. There is one thing that's like, bothering them right now, right? Holding them back right now. And this one truth is something that they are struggling a lot right now. And yeah, and basically by coming in to become Rawsome, we will allow them to say the truth effortlessly. Yeah.
See their
To set
truth
them free.
effortlessly.
Yeah. Effortlessly. Effortlessly. Yeah. And to really go back into your timeline, Ray, basically into the past, right? Conversations and I like to see in this way. Every single time I say a half truth, or I pretend, or I didn't close up a conversation, or I ghosted somebody, I leave a part of myself there,
An imprint, yeah.
an imprint. So it's almost like a fragment of myself. I leave it there, right?
Part
And
of your energy
now,
is there that you have yet to, like I said, cut the cord or whatnot, right?
yes, exactly, exactly. And being on this journey, right, which I'm still doing this work every single day,
As you should be for the rest of your life.
life, life. I'm committed. That confidence, that courage, that certainty, that congruency, right, comes out very effortlessly now, more and more, because I went back to the past to collect back myself, to welcome them back home. Yeah. So this journey of becoming Rawsome, right? I'm so grateful. Like I was in the right place at the right time, very divine, got the word, got the right mentors, got the right inspiration, you to inspire me. And in a way, one step at a time, right? Come into the place I'm where I am today to help. And I'm very excited for the future. So excited. I don't know where am I going to go, but I'm very excited. Yeah.
It's beautiful. And that's what we want to hear, right? And like I said, helping queer Asian people when it comes to, you know, finding love, dealing with their families, their parents, you know, owning who they truly are as a human being, not just being a part of this community or that community. It's really stepping into their own power so they can live life on their own terms, right? And I think that's important to see, and probably why they look to you for mentoring and coaching, because they see in you something that they want to achieve for themselves as well, you know?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And interestingly, you say that, right? Because another pattern that we see is it transcends beyond like a personal relationship. So when they are able to reconnect with their moms, for example, to say the truth, right, they become better managers at work. They
Of
become
course.
better leaders at work. They become better partners. They become better friends as well. So it's like a ripple effect to every single part of their way of life. And this is something that gets me so excited when I receive like a news like, oh my God, yeah, yesterday I told my boss something that I've been hiding for so long. I'm like, yeah,
It's
so
beautiful.
awesome. Like so awesome.
It is so
Yeah, and
awesome. Because it
and
is
Sally,
true, yeah. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I worked in corporate for many years and I had teams of 300 people. And I often knew that when people were struggling with their work, that I wouldn't go into the conversation and going, oh, they need to do X, Y, Z. And if they do their job, then blah, 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 blah. I'd go in and I'd figure out what's going on with you in life. And often it would be something that's at home with their family, with their partners, or I had a lot of queer people as well, because as a queer leader, I was very much an advocate for bringing in a lot of queer people in because I felt like it was something important for me. But yeah, dealing with that, when I helped them through their problems at home, miraculously, their work and what they were, how they were showing up in at work as a leader and whatever they were doing miraculously resolved itself. So it is a huge thing that, like, who you are and what you're struggling with internally, it affects every area of your life. Like I said, your relationship with your family, you're finding love, going on dates, being confident, putting yourself out there, changing your career, putting yourself out there online, you know, whatever it is, it really does affect it. And so the thing that's the most important thing for anyone to take on is like, if there's a problem that you have, it's not going to go away. It's there for you to resolve and to fix it. So finding someone who you believe that you can trust, who can support you and help you on that journey, is going to allow you to get through that quicker and for you to get what you want out of life quicker as well. Because so many of us have the story of hiding away in the closet or whatever you want to call it, right? Everyone's gone through that as a queer person. But just because you come out that door doesn't mean that there's not another door there for you to come through. And you have to continue to push yourself and evolve yourself to do it. Because as you get to the next level in life, there's a new devil to come against. And often that devil is wearing your clothes, right? And often that
Yes.
devil is telling you for your ego mind that you're this or you're that, you're too good for this and you're too good for that. But what we need to do is
Yes.
we need to break down the masks, unveil ourselves, and truly see who we are behind all of that stuff so that we can ultimately live the life that we deserve to live as queer people.
So true. Wow. Spot on, spot on. And I love the way you say the devil is wearing our clothes. The devil is wearing, oh my God, this give me the chills. Cristiano, oh my God, that's so good. Thank you. Thank you.
No
And
worries. I don't know where I was. I just
yeah,
went off on a tangent then, and I know we were talking. We were sharing where you're at and what you've been doing for so many creations.
I love it. I love it. You are like caught to say that, right? You're in flow. So I love it. I was like intently listening to you and taking notes over here. Thank you.
No worries. So yeah, so talk to me then. So you've got the patterns, you're doing all of this work. What are some of the big results that you have seen from some of your clients? Like, you know, yeah, give us some stuff so that people out there who are
Mm.
listening can go, wow, like this is possible.
Yes, yes. So my client, right, she has been struggling with coming up to her mom. She's actually one of my ex-colleagues at work. So struggle with the relationship with her mom, right? Um, Last year, so she's actually my longest client since day one when I started my coaching business till now.
Oh, lovely.
And yeah, so then wasn't like Become Rawsome. Then was just like, just coaching.
Yeah, yeah, I get
And
it.
there wasn't the marketing, there wasn't the branding. Um, Last year, for the very first time, she's able to tell mom the truth. So because of not being able to tell mom the truth, right, how she really feel, She actually immigrated to the UK, escaping away
Ran
from mom,
away. Yeah, it's a
running
big
away,
story for a
ran
lot
away.
of people. For queer
Yeah, me
people, they
too, me
run to a
too.
different city.
Me too. I went to Hong Kong. Yeah, chose the UK, and it was chipping away like her internally because she wants to love her mom, but she doesn't know how. Yeah, so last year it was really owning it, becoming Rawsome, right? The radical ownership and responsibility. It's not your fault, but now it's your responsibility, right? We break it down into smaller bits. Now, today, most loving relationships. They are
Oh,
planning a trip, went back to Hong Kong. The mom, you will usually be very demanding, right? Like, you should come back for Chinese New Year. Like, you must. But she told my client, right, that, you know what, Chinese New Year air tickets are very expensive. Why not you come back a month later? We can spend even more quality time. And she was like, Mom never used to be so understanding. Like, she never, like, put herself in my shoes, right? Then, and because of this, right, can I say, it had a ripple effect on her in her career. So she
wow.
left her job in Hong Kong, was jobless in the UK. Now the same company re-employed her. She's now in a global role.
Wow.
So you see the relationship things that you are doing right now, in a way, right? Once, like what you say, once you have faced it, once you have like, overcome it, right? It opens up a lot of other doors as well for opportunities and abundance. Yeah, and she's just like one example.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, one example. Another example is a gay client of mine. He's very new into my community as well. Only came in end of last year. Um, Never wanted a relationship, so only wanted personal development, very career focused. So that was what we did, right? Focusing on career, performance and wealth as well. Because of facing it, because of becoming Rawsome, interestingly, a month ago, no, a month and a half ago, he's dating right now. Yeah.
Mm.
It's not official yet, but he's dating right now. This weekend is going to be Tony Robbins Unleash Your Power Within virtual. He's bringing his date over to, and we are doing it live together and everything. I'm like, you're bringing your date, and he's open. He said, yeah, it's open. And he told me, right, Kenny, I will never imagine myself going into a relationship now. Like it's my last priority. But now, because
Because there
I'm,
was a blockage there for
yes,
that, right? Yeah.
exactly. So I'm so happy that, on the surface is relationship, on the surface is like maybe some self-struggle, some weakness that we see. But once we become Rawsome, right, that weakness will be turned into our superpower. And this will unlock so many different kind of opportunities and abundance for us. Yeah, so I'm so blessed, I'm so privileged, I'm so grateful to be able to support them in this journey. And these are only two examples so far.
No, beautiful. No, like thanks for sharing those there as well. And so before we end this podcast here,
Yes.
of course, you've got a lot of people who are probably listening to this. Maybe they're part of the Asian community, and maybe they need to hear something right now that's going to help inspire them to take the next step with wherever they're at. Now, they could be struggling with their family, they could be struggling with their own sexuality, their identity, their gender, right? Because we know the spectrums are there's a multitude of spectrums within this. What do you think that they need to hear right now from you? What's one piece of advice or a message that comes straight from your heart that you think you could share to the queer Asian community that could inspire them to make a change and really live life and become awesome?
Thank you. Thank you. I love this as the final question. Celebrate. Celebrate. And,
Celebrate.
and celebrate is not the same as gratitude.
Yeah.
Celebrate is even more. And every
Expand
single
on that. Yeah, and go for it. Yeah.
every single day I celebrate. I celebrate. I'm my biggest cheerleader. I have my own bag. Every single day I celebrate. Whenever I meet with a situation whereby it seems like a challenge or seems like a problem, right? How can I celebrate this moment? So for example, right, before this call, I had another call. The person I was having call with, right, actually was 15 minutes late because she actually had to attend to some family matters. So I was like, okay, how can I celebrate this 15 minutes right now, right? And I went on her Facebook page and I had time to look at all her posts so that when I'm jumping onto a call, right, I can truly, truly appreciate and celebrate her for who she is. And I told her, right, I'm so grateful and I really want to celebrate you for this. And the 15 minutes, right, that happened unknowingly, thank you. Because I didn't have time to go into your Facebook page to do that. But because of this 15 minutes created, I got
That'll
the
be that
chance to
time.
celebrate you even better. Yeah, so every opportunity is a celebration. And why is this so important for the queer Asian community to hear about this is because,
And
right?
what and also maybe let's go deeper as to some person who doesn't feel like they've got anything to celebrate. How can they do that as well? Because of course I'm sure that I'm just thinking of that version of someone who's going, you want me to fucking celebrate? I'm depressed, I'm pissed off, my family hate me, I'm single and lonely, or whatever it is. Not saying that everyone's like that, but you know what I mean? Like there are going to be someone out there who might be feeling that, right?
Yes, yes.
How
Me,
can they celebrate? Yeah.
that was me.
That was
That
you.
was that was me. That was me. That was me. Yeah. And in those moments whereby I cannot celebrate anything, right? And everything feels like shit, and my weaknesses just feels like weaknesses today. My problem just sincerely feels like a big problem right now, the end of the world problem, right?
Yeah.
I will ask myself this question. If it's so bad, why am I still alive? If it's so bad, why am I still alive? And I'm still alive today. I'm really still alive today. And when I go into that truth of I'm still standing here, yes, it's so bad. I feel like, oh my God, defeat, right? You know what? I haven't really fall down. And even if I did, I'm standing up again. That you need to celebrate. That you need to
Beautiful.
celebrate.
It's a change of perspective. Beautiful. Nice reframe of the situation.
Thank you. Thank,
Beautiful.
thank
Well,
you.
thank
Thank
you so much, Kenny, for coming on here. Appreciate you sharing your story so vulnerably, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the goods, the bads, all of the stuff in between as well. Um, where can people find Kenny Lee or find more about Becoming Rawsome? Like share with the people if you've got anything coming up or how they can get in contact with you.
So it's on my Facebook page. So Kenny Lee. You can just search Kenny Lee, right? And it's the rosamemovement.com, www.rosamemovement.com. You can actually get all information from there.
I'll share
I'm
that link as well in the
yeah,
in the description
thank
below
you.
as well.
Thank you. And I'm running challenges called Become Rawsome Challenge. It's 5-day challenges, right? We are running this once a month. And this once a month, right, is entirely free. And the only thing we do in this challenge is to allow you to meet the Rawsome you haven't met. And you don't
Beautiful.
even know it's there. It's deep down inside, right? And we'll go to step by step every single day. And I can guarantee you, you will feel a little bit more awesome by the end of day 5.
I bet you there's a hell of a lot of celebrating in those 5 days. Am I right?
Oh, yes! Every day is a celebration. We will work on your celebration muscle for sure.
If you're
For
out there
sure.
struggling to celebrate and you want to learn how to do it, come and check out the Becoming Rawsome 5-day challenge that Kenny Lee's holding off there as well. Beautiful. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much again for coming here. It's been a pleasure getting to share that with you. Everyone out there, I'm sure that you got a lot of value out of today. So if you've got any questions, you've got any comments, got any shares, you know where to find me and reach out to me. And of course, if there's any questions that I want to ask Kenny more, then of course I'll answer those as well for you. But other than that, I'm going to be back here next week with another episode of the Queer Quest podcast. But until then, always remember that you've got this and I've got you. Bye for now.
Are you ready to embark on a transformative journey towards love and happiness? Introducing the 21-day Gay Men's Guide to Love and Happiness. This isn't just a course, it's a pathway to discovering your true self, overcoming challenges, and embracing happiness. Join hundreds of gay men who found joy and freedom. Learn from Cristiano Green, a coach with 20 years experience and a journey like yours. For a limited time, get this life-changing course at 75% off with a 100% risk-free guarantee. There's nothing to lose, but so much to gain. Your new life is just a click away. Enroll in the 21-day Gay Men's Guide to Love and Happiness today. Visit theglobalpridecollective.com and start your journey towards a happier, more fulfilled you.